Thanks for the host.
You're welcome for the host.
Hey, Magna, how you doing?
How's it going, Magna? No, not done.
No, but taking a little break for some adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kagami.
Hey, Kagami. What?
Hey, Kagami.
Hey, Rio.
It definitely had Hey Rio energy.
I always try to bring Hey Rio energy.
You do, you do. What a good...
My favorite hyena is Whoopi Goldberg, but
Hey,
I mean,
that's fair.
You're definitely up there.
Yeah, you are like high on the list, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think the Whoopi thing is like, you know, it's understandable, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Please don't hold that against me.
Also, didn't Keegan-Michael Key voice a hyena in the New Lion King? That sounds pretty good.
Oh, I don't know. Oh shit.
Yeah, that sounds great. So that's true. He's definitely up there on the list too.
Yeah,
I love like, Key and Peele so much.
Me too. I really like. I just miss that show. This is the kind of show that would just be like, just pleasant to kind of have on.
Yeah, totally. And like, just because of the format of the show, not all the skits were winners, but that was fine. No. It still felt good. But the skits that were good were really good.
They were. I'm trying to think of like a favorite one. It's hard to come up with. I'll have to think about it. But yeah.
I'm trying to think of some that I really like too. The one that comes to mind is the guy that's over visiting his neighbor and he starts playing him country songs. And he doesn't realize how racist they sound. It's actually really good. I don't know if you remember it, but we should watch that later. That was one of my favorites.
Absolutely. Hey Rin.
Hey Rin, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
I thought you were gonna talk about the one where he has his friend over and choking on Sprite.
Choking on Sprite. Uh-oh. Yeah, please be careful.
Be careful. The one where he has his friend over and their wives are like talking. He keeps talking about how he like stood up to her by saying bitch. And his friend is like, you said
yes.
bitch though? He's like, what do you mean?
every time he says it so quietly. He looks around.
I said,
bitch. God, it's so good.
And then every time, like, they're like right around the corner, and then they're like up in space.
Yeah. God, I love humor like that. That just gets ridiculous.
God, just off the rails.
Yeah, that is a fantastic one. Okay,
that's a good one.
Yeah. After the stream, we're watching some of those.
Please, yeah, I'm so down. I'm always down. Always down. I said, oh, done choking on Sprite? Glad to hear that.
Good.
Maybe wash it down with some Sprite.
Hey, sometimes that's the thing to do.
Sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes the cure for Sprite, yeah, is more Sprite. Fight fire with fire. Oh, you choked on the last bit. Hey, Maxie.
That's sad. Hey, Maxie. How you doing?
I remembered the PP Sylvia bit from last night. I had blocked it out of my memory altogether.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Back to playing Genshin and listening to some beautiful voices. Well, let us know when who they belong to, so we can get in there.
I assume, Jay, that they were talking about us.
I never assume anything, because the second that I assume that, they'll be like, "No, it's Whoopi Goldberg, Keegan Michael Key," and I'd be like, "Oh."
Hey Max, how you doing?
Hey Max, how's it going? Another stream. Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face. Damn, so pensive. Magna, I played Genshin Impact once.
I played Genshin Impact nonce.
Venny's played nonce. I've done once. It did seem cool.
It looks like a really fun game.
Yeah. It's to me it was more like chill. That's like it did not feel like the best streaming game because it was just a laid back chill time.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kinda...
It definitely seems like a game that you play when you're just chilling. It also seems like it would suck up a lot of time, which is why I don't play games like that very much.
Exactly. Yes.
Like I do not play games outside of streaming. I don't have time to.
I barely even play games inside of streaming.
Yeah, and the only reason I play so many games inside of streaming is because of you.
Because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how that works. You would think it would be the other way around, where it's like, well, I want all these games, so you join me on my stream.
You would think it would be the other way around, but I think it's because you don't like streaming very much.
That's not 100% true.
Okay, I'll say you have a better relationship with it now than you did at one point.
I do. For sure. For sure. 100% right. My Zongli almost died. Oh. Oh no. Alright, Kagami. Whoa, Brooke.
Wow, okay.
Alright, shit. Okay, well, I mean, it's not true. I do like streaming. Oh, enjoy anime night, Kagami.
Yeah, enjoy your anime night.
I love streaming. I just have other things that I need to do, and occasionally streaming, back in the day when I would do it like a lot,
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
70 to 80 hours a week, a lot.
Yes.
It's the sort of like return on investment of it felt real bad, and it made me feel
exactly.
bad. So that's kind of where I was. These days I don't really give a shit, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But also I don't really give a shit, so why wouldn't I do something else?
Yeah. Another reason is I play a ton of games that you wouldn't have a lot of patience for.
That's very true. Yeah.
But you also play games that I wouldn't have a lot of patience for, and that's why we definitely need to stream on your channel more too.
That's true. That's also true. Yeah. For sure.
So, you ready to romance some stones?
I'm ready, yeah. I'll be honest, I've been ready for a really long time.
A day's
we're just starting.
Daventry has found you by the shores of Kalima. Your ship, the Granthithor, and its crew have deposited you.
The Granthithor?
Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate and release the imprisoned woman you saw in the magic mirror.
You're throwing a lot at me. Did I miss something? Like, I was just curious if there was an opening cutscene that I ended up missing.
You wanna?
Let's see. What was it? Alt Z?
Alt Z? Try that.
You went to sea to.
Shut up.
Alt Z? No. Alt Z. No.
Hang on. Hold on. Hit. Go to the top of the screen. Just go to the little slidey thing, and go to quit.
Go.
Yeah, quit. Oops.
There we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Alright. Where is the save location? Okay.
Are you checking to see if there's a video file?
Checking to see if there is like an INI that I can delete. Like because I did skip through a lot of stuff when I launched the game to test it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you mean quit or oops?
Oops or quit.
Oops.
I like that.
Oopsie.
Okay, I am seeking
intro.dat
dat file. I'm seeing .cfg. Let's try that. No, I want to move. Here we go. Let's try.
Failed to launch.
This I can click through. Versus this.
A little roller coaster thing. Reminds me of like the old, like when you go to the movies and they would have that roller coaster thing about like, please keep your cell phones up your ass. Also, popcorn tins go in the trash. Popcorn tins? No.
Tins? Who sells pop? What theater sells popcorn tins? That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know. But it reminds me of that. Where do they tell? Introduction, right there. Do that.
Introduction. Yeah. Here we go.
Should've. There we go.
Yeah. Okay. It played this when I first started the game, and I was like, no. A classic adventure.
Tell you to keep your phone up your ass in Cinema Cafe. Probably. Hey.
Sparkly. Romancing the stones.
The stones. Got a pretty big phone. Yeah, me too. It's definitely unpleasant going to the cinema cafe. Chris Jones. Oh, here we go. Whoa, who are you? You're not Graham. Are you Christopher T. Warren? Hope not. You had a big phone, but it broke? Is it because you went to the cinema cafe? Who the fuck is this guy walking into our castle?
Yeah, who is this?
Who are you? Neil, bitch!
Your Majesty.
Ah! You're older than I thought.
King Graham?
Oh, yes, Minister,
Gervain, sire.
Of course. My apologies, Gervain.
Not
recorded in my
Your
bathroom.
Majesty. After all, I've been your security and defense
He does
minister
kind of
for
look
but a
like
short
Superman.
Yes.
A little bit.
Where did you say you were from again?
Just some
How much you want to bet that
land to the far south.
the main character is voiced by the person who
comparison to
decided to
your
put
realm.
all this together?
Do you have
'Cause
something to report?
I don't see any other
As a matter
explanation
of
as to
fact,
why
my
they
liege,
picked
there
the
is a small
bathroom guy
concern
to be the main
regarding
character.
relationships to some of the castle guards and of
I
the
don't
countryside
know.
patrols.
It sounds like
Also,
the
we are expecting
guy
our
who
armed
voiced Graham
entourage from our
in the
nearest
actual
neighbor to
games.
return within the week.
Hmm.
And
But
there is
in a
the matter of
bathroom.
alliance with
I mean, maybe that's the
my
case. Maybe they really wanted that
My
guy,
apologies again, Minister.
but he
Gervain.
just didn't
Please,
have
continue.
a
Yes.
recording set up.
As
Studio.
I was saying,
Yeah.
there is the matter of an alliance with Hesperia. They've become a
This
strong
sounds
nation
fine.
now, and
Yeah.
it may be prudent to show our willingness to support them.
Oh,
lest
this
they decide
guy.
we are more of a hindrance than a help.
Does the king there have any daughters who've come of age?
I do not believe so, sire.
Keep
What
your
is it?
pants
Security
on.
arrangements for the royal wedding held last week. I do believe the evening went by very smoothly. I dare say just about every princess in this region attended, and not one lost slipper. To coin a
Right
phrase.
to the biz.
Please,
Yeah.
do not remind me.
You would think that this guy
They
would
were
dress a
none to
little more
fetch him.
kingly
Would you like me
once
to
he
go over your
became the
plans for
king in the
today,
last
my lord?
game.
No, he's like a king of the
Very
people.
well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. If you're gonna do that,
Oh, forgive me once again.
keep the crown
I'm
off.
afraid that
Like
my
wear it
mind
on your
wanders
belt
much
or
these days.
something.
I wonder if
Like,
my
you look like an
predecessor experienced
idiot.
times like these.
You're not even wearing it
I
on
did not know
straight.
King Edward the Benevolent
No.
personally. I understand he was a happy and astute man during his married life, before his wife passed away, that is. If I may be so bold, perhaps my lord is feeling that certain rooms in his castle are somewhat sparsely filled. The throne room, for example.
That's not the
and
room I
other
was
rooms that
thinking you
serve
were
but
gonna
a
go with.
single soul,
Mhm.
like your dining room and
Oh.
your bed chambers.
That's the one. He takes a step back.
Perhaps. But I do fear I've met no such candidates that would fill the rooms you have mentioned.
Whoa.
You should not
Hold on.
lose
Whoa.
heart, your majesty. If you
Hold
pause to
on.
reflect for but a moment, you may see clearly what is hidden to others.
Yeah. If someone kidnapped you or Jay to be queen for a day, you're gonna dress the part or rule with your casual clothes? Oh, you know me. I'm gonna wear harem pants and a tank top and a sports bra like I always do.
Yeah, and I'm going to be spooky and in purple and black like I always do.
Yeah. Whoa.
You gaze into the mirror.
Big head.
The minister's words seem to echo in your head. If you pause to reflect for but a moment. Not that you've been doing much else lately. For many weeks now, you've been reflecting over the
Damn.
direction your life has taken.
It'll light us
While
up.
Daventry has prospered under your wise leadership, so far your existence has been a dreadfully lonely one.
Tell me about
Wait.
it.
The mirror is changing. As you watch, you begin to see a series of images, though you
He- oh
struggle
no,
to
he is
fathom their
jacked.
meaning.
Oh, he is.
You
Yeah,
recognize
King
the
Graham is
landscape.
like
It is Kalima, a land
jacked
not
as
far from
fuck.
Daventry.
Whoa. 3D graphics?
3D? That's crazy. Flat ducks.
Those geese were
Yes,
kind of,
yes,
ducks were kind of 2D though.
Yeah.
A little 2D on those ducks. Ah.
Flat.
3B. 3-dimensional.
Can we have some more flat birds, please?
More flatbirds, please. You ever eaten flat chicken?
Flat woman.
Flat woman. She flat.
This man's really like, what the fuck?
Beautiful woman you have ever set eyes upon. Somehow you could feel her sadness and her
Holy
intense desire
shit.
to leave that place. She is a prisoner in that
I'm
tower.
sorry to the artist. That was just very
Did
funny.
you find
It
what you were
was.
looking for, sire?
Art's hard.
Alright,
I
it's
require
hard.
my ship ready for transport, Gervain. I shall be going on a trip presently.
Indeed. Where shall I tell the captain you'll be heading?
To Kalima. I have to find someone.
I see. Well, if you must
Hideo
go,
Kalima.
it is my duty to ensure that you
Hideo
leave
Kalima.
prepared. Arm yourself, sire. I hear Kalima
Please tell
is
me this
not the
game has
safe
been
haven it
memed
once
on.
was.
I doubt
Of
it,
course.
honestly.
I shall take the sword of the first king, as is my right.
A wise precaution, sire. And, if I may be so brash
You got
to
a
ask,
sword?
who might you be seeking?
If all
I don't know,
goes well,
dude.
my bride.
Oh, yeah, I mean that. This guy looks way more jacked as a sprite. And Graham looks way less jacked as a sprite.
Mhm.
Hang on, let me see if I can find one of these
Ooh, that's a
canon
spooky
pictures
cave.
of that
Two
is
skulls and a
skulls?
bat emblem.
And a green goopy goo witch. No, thank you.
Father,
There she
Sister
is.
Agatha,
how may
Oh.
I be of service?
an opportunity has arisen, sister. I trust you still have your captive held securely away.
Of course.
A bit cruel keeping her locked away like that. Do you not think?
No. How dare she flaunt her beauty in front of all to see? Her foolish
Yeah.
male admirers see her and forget that I was the most beautiful of all in my day.
And in your own special way, you are
Was.
still beautiful.
You devil!
That is not an unfair description.
Now,
Damn.
you mentioned a service, I believe.
Yes, the King of Daventry has advised his faithful minister that he shall be departing for Kalima presently. On a quest, you might say.
Really? What kind?
A king's quest.
A king's quest?
To rescue a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
What have I to do with his neck?
Put simply, my dear, sever it.
Damn.
Hmm.
So was that? Do you think that was our minister friend? Did he set us up?
I don't know. It didn't sound like him.
No, either. It didn't sound like him, but I wonder. It was kind of suspicious how Graham was
A
like,
day's
"You've
journey
only
from
been my
Daventry has
minister
found
for
you
a
by the
short time."
shores of Kalima.
Yeah.
Where are you
sure.
from?
The Grand Thor and its crew have deposited you and will
The
return the day
Grand
after
Thor.
tomorrow. Hopefully, this will give you enough time to locate and release the imprisoned woman you saw in the magic mirror. Your vessel has safely transported you from your homeland of Daventry, finally depositing you on this pier in the land of Kalima. As you watch the flagship of your fleet depart with pride, you also sense anxiety building within you. Once it is gone, you will be quite alone in this country.
Why doesn't it stay?
Some crates have been unloaded at the end of the pier. You do not know where they came from, except certainly not from your vessel. The labels are in a foreign language you don't understand.
Spanish.
A length of rope lies next to the crates at the end of the pier.
Pick up that rope.
The rope is old, worn, and weathered. It would be of no use to you.
Never mind. Don't pick
The
up that rope.
crates do not interest you. Besides, they are not yours to take. They're just crate. They're just crate.
They're just great.
It would not be a lengthy conversation.
Put it on the soundboard. What's
Bon
that thing in the water?
voyage.
Is that just a reflection?
Repressing the urge to burst into song, you choose instead to quietly admire the area. Repressing the urge
look at
to
this
burst
picture I
into
just
song,
posted.
You choose
Graham doesn't need a bodyguard. He is a
net
bodyguard.
caught on one of the pier's pylons.
Oh, a net.
You went to see what you could see. Now all you see is sea.
Thank you.
You can't reach the net from here.
Well, okay then. Oh, are you gonna jump in the water?
You can't reach the net from here.
Can we walk off the pier? Walk off the pier?
You can't reach the net.
Maybe if we go to the shore, we can go that way. Hey, Goemon.
Hey, Goemon. How you doing?
They're just crate. Oh, there's a little ladder. Do the ladder. No? Okay. We'll just walk. You're right, Graham. The ladder would be stupid. We can just walk. Let's see if this kills us. Okay, this seems fine. Oh, look, we're swimming.
Yeah. Give me that net.
Swim. Give me that net. Give me that net.
You
Take
untangle
that
the
net.
net from the pylon and take it with you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Take that net. Our net now. Not bad. Making some decent progress on some art.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
good.
be finished with it this weekend. Oh.
Hell yes. Excited.
What you drawn? If you're able to speak about it. White picket fence.
A picket fence extends onto the beach a short way.
Ooh.
Rocks litter the area. It's a good thing you were not standing around here when they fell.
I suppose it is. You
The
want
rocks
to
are
talk rocks?
too dense to communicate.
Ha.
They have the point already.
What?
Repressing the urge to burst into song. The rocks are
Okay.
too...
Well, I guess we can't talk to the rocks.
Okay.
Kind of hard to explain. You'll just have to wait and see.
All
I'll say
right.
it's very timely for this season. Ooh.
Ooh. You know I like things that are timely for this season.
A leafy green bush grows low to the ground.
Talk bush.
Repressing the urge to...
Okay, fine. We won't try to talk to everything. You've shamed us out of it. Ooh, a log?
You notice a log lying on the beach.
Yeah, the beach.
You look
Push that
under the
log.
log and discover a clam lying beneath it. You pick it up.
Clam.
Cool. Can we open the clam?
Let's see.
You open the clam and discover, to your
Hell yeah.
surprise, a dazzling pearl.
Cool.
Well, I'm not even a little
The
surprised.
pearl rolls precariously in the palm of your hand.
No, hold on to it. Don't roll it around like a child. Wait, do we still have the clam?
The arch
Or
is
did
a
we just
natural rock
chuck it into the
formation.
ocean?
The small arch is one of nature's little works of art.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
that's what Goemon's drawing. A small arch.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we should do?
What's that?
We should save.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, slidey bar. Yeah. Yeah. 1. Uh-oh.
Ew.
Good
Going
thing
on
we
over
saved.
here.
A few plants grow in this area. The ones closer to the swamp do not seem as healthy.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This is gonna be a witch town. Hmm? Or is it nothing? Okay. Oh Lord.
Hey, Amy, thanks for the host.
Hey, Amy. Welcome to the
Ooh.
swamp.
I like this
This
background.
is what it looks like where I live.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean
Not immediately, but...
yeah, not like inside my house.
Oh,
Wait.
You feel the
What?
poisonous water seeping into your
Oh,
skin.
it's poison.
Its potency
Oh.
takes effect immediately, and
Oh.
you perish within seconds.
Holy shit.
damn, that is some powerful water.
That is we're wearing boots.
Yeah.
we didn't even submerge. So I do not have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game or anything, but if you're ever feeling like we need some tips or a guide or something, just let me know.
Yeah,
I'll try to
absolutely.
find one quickly.
Hi.
You
Oh,
see a little girl
hello.
wandering around the meadow. She wears a ruby red cloak and appears to be searching for something.
What are you looking for? Where are you going, Graham?
Hello? Who are you?
My name is
Ew.
Graham. What is yours?
Possum. That is what my grandma calls me.
Whoa.
She's not at all well these days.
Oh.
I was collecting flowers for her, but now I cannot anymore.
Why is that?
Yes.
My basket is missing.
My basket.
Everywhere for it. It must be around here somewhere.
I will keep my eye out
Yes.
for it.
Thank you, Graham.
What? Did we tell you our name?
Yes.
Get away. Oh, we did. Oh, never
Yes.
mind. I was too taken aback by your voice.
Oh, saying, hey. Huh?
What?
This is just Batman.
It's just Batman. Benny, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know. You're the one that told me to play it.
I don't remember Batman. Why is it still happening?
It's still...
Shut up, Batman! What are you doing? Oh. Oh, no. Whoa.
Batman died.
Batman? Batman?
As you near the cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow.
Alfred! We need help. Oh.
Well,
Whoa! Damn,
You
Batman,
saw
shit.
black glow. You did not slow, turned not away. You've had your day.
Well, I guess we get to watch Batman again now.
I'm not going that way.
We're gonna have to eventually, right?
Yeah, maybe maybe after Batman it's long gone.
Damn, Batman. I wonder if that was in the original game or if that was like a fun joke 'em up that they did for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, that is a very heavily guarded Batcave.
Seriously.
That's a nice house.
It is a mailbox. This is the first time you have ever set eyes upon one, which isn't surprising. The postal system won't be invented for another few centuries to come. The residents of this land must either possess clairvoyance or just simply be ahead of their time.
What are you talking about?
You open the mailbox. Kill you. Inside there is, incredibly, a letter addressed to the resident. You decide to leave it in there. A card has been dropped in it also. You read it.
Have you been missing church services lately? How long? A while since your last confession. There's still time to repent your sins before the final hour. Come to the Church of Kalima to pray for your own salvation, or just make a donation. Put your faith back into the church and walk the path that has been laid before you. Hours dusk till dawn. Oh, what? Wait, what's that chime?
What chime?
Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I had a video of the original game up to see if Batman was in it.
Yeah.
And it made a noise.
You replace the card and
I forgot it was playing.
Talking to yourself isn't necessarily a sign of madness. When you start answering yourself, then you should consider seeking professional help.
I answer myself.
Yeah, I'm tired of these games.
Your voice
saying that talking to yourself makes you crazy.
As it echoes in the metal box.
Yeah.
You attempt to open the door but find it is locked. You think you can hear the sound of labored breathing inside and decide against causing any further disturbance. You aren't a thief, Graham. You would never take something that didn't belong to you, unless you had a good reason.
Yeah, we're on a quest.
What a gorgeous flower bed. A row of red flowering plants grow happily in this well-tended plot.
This guy's voice is just like a little bit too deep, you know?
It is rather deep.
Just like a smidge too deep. They should have put that filter they used on that little girl.
I like this background.
Use that on him. I like this background a lot too.
Did they build the fence around the tree root?
Kind of looks
or
like
did
it,
the root grow through the fence?
I would have to assume they built the fence around the root.
Yeah.
Like you had a gun pointed to his head.
Hey, maybe he did.
Maybe it was Batman.
This
Batman does guns now.
Log is all that remains of a once grand tree. This stump is too heavy for one man to lift.
Even Graham? Come on.
You peer into the depths of the dark hole. As luck would have it, you discover a beautiful set of earrings hidden inside. Each one is laced with glittering diamonds and contains a lovely blue sapphire stone in the center. Perhaps someone stashed them here. At any rate, you take them into your possession.
Cool.
Nice.
Batfleck uses guns? Is that real?
I like the distant shot of this house.
Yeah. This house and its futuristic mailbox.
Hmm. Fruit.
Some lemons have fallen from the tree.
Lemons.
Yeah, give me that
The
lemon.
lemons on the ground are spoiled. You would do best to pick a fresh one from the nearby tree.
Okay.
Gimme.
Why'd you put them lemons on the ground then?
Juicy-looking lemon from the tree.
Juicy.
Eat it, Graham.
You can't use that there. Yuck! You don't want to bite into the lemon.
Says
Okay.
you. Put a little sugar on that? He even kills people. He is what I call Republican Batman.
These plants have long branches with very fine leaves.
Shouldn't have stated politics. No, you're fine. Edgy Batman.
In their ongoing effort to grow wild and free, vines have tangled their way around the thick trunk of this tree. They are also beginning to slowly cover the nearby rocks.
Damn. I like a tree on a rock.
Yeah.
You have run into an
Watch
evil
out.
enchanter. Get out of here fast before he turns you into something.
No!
I don't want to be turned into something.
We should save again. We did some stuff.
You're right.
$12. Enchanter not here?
Nope.
Okay. There's the Batman.
A log lies on the ground, apparently forgotten by whoever cut it from the nearby stump.
Stump.
You look under the log, but find nothing. It was a good idea.
Oh, thanks, narrator.
As it is heavier, denser, and larger than yourself, trying to move it would not be such a clever thing to do.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, narrator.
Hey, seriously. Hey, it's
a beautiful, majestic white swan gracefully glides across the lake. What an adorable baby swan.
Whoa. Well, too much warmth in the voice there.
The baby swans do look fluffy and soft to hold.
Hey, Sil.
The baby swans do look fluffy and soft to hold. However, the resulting peck you'd receive from their mother makes you reconsider the wisdom of interfering.
I thought he said insulting peck.
You don't want your hand pecked, do you? Mother swans are known to be very protective of their
the attitude on this guy.
I guess we don't want our hand pecked. Maybe I want my hand pecked.
Yeah.
What do you know? Batman had no qualms about throwing dudes off buildings in Golden Age comics. The whole not killing thing came after the comics code was established. Some writers ended up making an interesting part of his character. That's weird.
You look for a nice, large pumpkin to take from the patch.
There's one.
Whoa.
Ah!
Hey, watch it!
Halloween.
Oh, sorry. I was not aware you could talk.
Likewise. Anyway, be careful where you're treading. You're spoiling the good soil by standing so close. And I got 8 kids to feed.
And my microphone's peaking.
Pumpkins. These must be her children.
I only count 7.
Yeah, well, I
shit.
had 8. Then some strange man who spoke even stranger came by. He claimed to be a horticle, claimed to know a bit about plants. I let him take a look at my little darlings. Anyway, before I knew it, he'd gone and pinched one of my babies. Took off towards the town, he did. Of all the naive. Just because we're plants doesn't mean we don't deserve any respect.
Yeah, Dr. J.
Sure, that is true.
Dr. J? Mr. J. He's not a doctor.
There it is. Oh, thank goodness.
He's a mister.
The mother
You give her the
pumpkin was
lemon
very
instead.
worried about her missing baby.
Is this
A
your
patch of
child?
Orange, healthy-looking pumpkins is growing in this secluded little area of the forest.
No, this is just a game. It must be really weird having a narrator narrating your every action. Jay woke up the next day and decided to make some pancakes. I don't know. I'd be kind of into it.
There's nothing interesting about this old log.
As
Don't
long as they
bother
didn't
moving
narrate
the log.
everything. Jay took
The
a sip
sign
of
reads,
refreshing water.
"Town."
Ah, refreshing.
Hey, it's
Like-
town.
Yeah, let's go town. Doesn't look like town, looks like field.
Sure does.
Graham? Oh. There's a
Long
lot of road behind that plant.
Right?
Hi, Graham. Tiny Graham. This is not a town. I
There
don't
is a
care who you are.
sizable hole in one of the trees. When you peer into the hole of the pine tree, you see a mallet lying there.
Oh,
You pick it up and take it with you.
mallet time.
Mallet time.
Thor's hammer. Mjolnir.
Yep. Thor's hammer. A rubber mallet that you can get at the
It is
Home
likely
Depot
that this
there
haystack was
for
piled here by
$7.
farmers from the town. A faded blue sheet has been tightly stretched across it to prevent the straw from blowing away in the wind.
I see.
Hey,
Yes?
What? Who said that?
I did.
What?
Huh?
I'm down
Fucking
here in the
pile of
hay.
hay?
Oh. Well, who are you?
My name is,
Yes?
Hmm.
I can't seem to remember.
Okay.
Well then, what are you?
Oh, I'm
This game is on drugs a little bit.
can't seem to remember that either.
Well, what are you doing in this haystack?
That's easy. I was looking for,
You can't remember.
no. Sorry.
No.
How long have you been in
Okay.
there?
Let's see. It couldn't be longer than,
Yes?
3, maybe 4 weeks.
4 weeks?
What?
Pardon me for saying, but you sound as if you have a bit of a cold.
Yes. It's all this hay. It's giving me hay fever.
It's a good question going on.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure that'll be something.
There's no
No,
need to
don't,
leave that there.
don't squish him.
I don't know. I just kind of felt like I needed to put him out of his misery.
Oh, this is
Like-
You
cute.
see a man bending over the fountain. He appears to be
Just
trying to retrieve
Been in
something
a
from
haystack
it.
for 4 weeks sneezing and he doesn't even know why.
Yeah, he's got hay fever.
Aha! Got him.
This game seems silly. This game is silly. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I
The
see that
antique shop
pumpkin.
is located close to the town's entrance. A very wise move by the owner. A small pumpkin sits in a bowl nearby. The merchant has a distinct out-of-town appearance and a get-out-of-town aroma.
Ha.
Mm.
He smells bad.
Greetings, merchant.
Ah, to you, good day. Shh.
Oh no.
A visitor arrived new, no? A sense I possess for these things. Need you have for my wares of great specialty?
Perhaps. But first, I'm curious. Where did you come by such a pumpkin?
Eyes quite keen, have you? Indeed, a specimen unique it is.
Yeah. You need to stop talking,
The
Pumpkin.
gift of speech among plants so rare, yes?
Quite so. Are you planning to sell it?
Sell? Never would I sell such a thing as this.
It'll make me incredibly rich.
I mean, entrusted it was to my
Way to
care.
break character,
Watch
bud.
over it, I must.
That could have been done smoother.
Forget it. I'm not taking you back to that patch. So pipe down.
Pardon?
Ah, of importance I speak not. Trouble to your ears I meant none.
All
Give me a
right,
fucking pumpkin or
Yeah,
I'll stab you with the sword.
you're gonna have to give me this pumpkin,
Yeah, you're gonna give us the pumpkin or you're gonna die.
or you're gonna
Via
get
hammer.
bought.
You can't just pick it up while the merchant is watching.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
Kill him. Let's go. Oh, Pearl.
How do I do this? Yeah.
You have no reason to give that to the merchant.
Well, why not? It's a pearl. Will be valuable.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
Hmm. Okay.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, but no. The lemon, such bitterness I care not to taste.
Had a little more to say on that one. Here it comes.
The punishment for stealing, if you are caught, is the removal of an extremity, such as a hand or a foot. The punishment for murder is the removal of something you have even greater need of. A townsperson wanders the
Your
street.
hat.
Not my hat.
Not my adventurer's hat.
The farmers are deep in conversation. You think it best not to interrupt them with idle chit-chat. As refreshing as this fountain looks, you really don't want to drink water that the merchant has been fishing around in with his bare hands.
Bare hands.
Bare hands.
Bare.
Roar.
The door is locked. The sign next to it reads, "Oh, the sun's position in the sky indicates that it is currently morning. The owner must not be an early riser."
Hmm. Whoa. Creepy eyes.
Yeah.
A large grandfather clock sits against the wall. It seems to keep good time. The clock indicates that it is morning.
Oh,
A
yes,
rather
I guess
plump
time
and
of day is a
stern-looking woman
thing.
is seated behind the
Guess
desk.
so.
Every so often, she glances away and appears to
Interesting.
lose her train of thought. The monotony of being a librarian must be getting to her.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
Thanks, narrator. Oh,
Not terribly effective, though.
okay. But why not? No, no.
You glance at the titles on this shelf. Remember the Triton, an autobiography from the ruler of the Mer people. You would not know where to start. Perhaps the librarian could be of help here.
Yeah, I doubt it. Stab the books.
You glance at the titles on this shelf, revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process. You glance at the titles on this shelf. Chronicles of the Brady Bunch. Interesting. This book has a warning label. Prolonged exposure may cause irreparable damage to your perception of reality.
I see.
Okay.
Okay.
You think the librarian would not approve if you were to be using her ladder.
I see.
Not a good idea. Doing so could result in any number of consequences.
What?
All of them bad.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like, this narrator's snarky.
It really is.
Pardon me.
He seems to hate
unclear.
us.
You were.
Then may I?
No.
This library sucks.
Really? Not even able to use it.
The
You're a
librarian
lemon.
has no interest.
Alright. Yeah.
The librarian has no.
Oh, I think she's
There
gonna
is-
have a very vested
there is-
interest. Jay burned the pancakes. She must
The
be a
librarian
bad
has no-
cook. Come on, narrator. I would never burn
The
pancakes.
librarian has.
Shit.
The librarian.
The catcher in a net.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
What? Libraries have good books, but they're missing one I bet Benny hasn't read yet. No, Benny read the whole thing. They said it was...
Don't lie. I have
No, I
only read a
can't
very
lie.
little bit. I haven't
Oh,
gotten very
let's see,
far in
Benny
yet.
started reading it. How about that?
Why can I not become a member?
We already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are
Wow.
2.
there? If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kalima nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Ah, thank you anyway.
Let's go hit up her neighbor
Mm-hmm.
and steal his library card.
Yep.
That seems to be the play here. You were going to say cat? You think libraries don't have Cat in the Hat?
It's crazy.
The door
That's
is
crazy. They
locked.
totally
You
have
notice
Cat
a
in the
tiny
Hat.
corner of something poking out slightly from beneath it. You attempt to edge it out with your fingers, but you cannot manage to get a grasp on it.
I didn't like the way you said that.
I didn't
Whatever
either.
the house has to tell you, it has already said.
This is silly. I love it. Yeah.
The
I
tunnel
always
continues to the
appreciated
east
how
but you are not interested in
kinda-
what lies in that direction.
corny these games can be.
Yeah.
To an extent. We played Quest for Glory 2, I think, and
There
like there was
appears
some
to be a
stuff in that
sign
that
on
was
the
just
door,
like,
but you need to get
come
closer
on.
to read it.
I do
Yeah, that
think,
one was a little too much.
Yeah, I do think
The
that the
door is plain
Batman
and has
thing
a
is
mail
just like
slot.
a
It also has a sign
amateurish
posted on it. You read it.
thing for this fan remake that we're playing.
Okay.
I think. Family of deceased wishes to thank all those who expressed their condolences over the passing of their loved one. Frederick enjoyed life and literature and had an ever-present, if sometime wicked, sense of humor. May his soul be at peace in the realm of the dead, and may its Lord judge him worthy of eternal happiness.
You also
Oh,
notice
so it's
something is
library
sticking
card.
out from under the door.
It's a library card. What is it?
It's the one that I couldn't get.
You are unable to retrieve anything. You can't quite get your fingers on whatever is visible under the door.
Use a sword.
Yeah.
A long flat thing.
Brandishing your sword might make you appear an accomplished fighter, but you will not make many friends by being careless with it. Besides,
Stick
it's
it under the
valuable.
door.
Take care of it. The town continues to the north away, but you are not interested in what lies in that direction.
I appreciate you doing that for me.
Yeah. A tall statue of a man stands prominently at the entrance of town. It looks to have been placed here quite a number of years ago. The statue bears a plaque which reads, Count Kaldor, ruler and protector of Kolyma.
Okay. and vampire. Can we go to the right? Maybe there's like a side entrance to this dude's house. Oh. Okay.
Well, I guess I'm leaving.
Guess we're leaving. Maybe a different time of day or something. I'm not sure what makes time pass in this game.
I don't know.
This tree has a large knothole on its side.
Yeah, Max, these are definitely like games that for sure laid the groundwork for point and click adventure games.
Yeah.
Like the first, I really love how kind of bare bones the first one is.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh,
church.
Cool.
A spooky church.
It is.
A decrepit old fence stands as a relic from better
spooky
times.
Church.
For the church, at least.
I like spooky.
A large brass bell sits atop the church.
Sorry, that was blatantly obvious. My brain shut down. Okay.
The door appears to be barred from the inside. The church must not be open at this time.
Well, sounds like I'm going to have to wait until night.
Brandishing your sword might...
Oh, it said dusk till dawn, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. Night church.
Yeah, that's just night church. What a weird church. You ever go to night church?
Nothing good can happen in night church.
No. Agreed.
Found your baby, but I can't get it yet.
Yeah, we need to figure out how to kill a jerk who stole a pumpkin.
Yeah. Murder him.
The small pond is a beautiful feature in this part of the forest. You imagine a variety of bird life would find this a very suitable place to travel for the breeding season.
All right, let's get it over with. Wait.
I guess it's only a chance occurrence.
We just happened to win the Batman lottery? Or maybe it only happens once and we died.
It's possible
so
too.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, what's that on the ground? See that?
Two small rocks lie on the ground in this area of the swamp.
Okay.
While you seem to be having a lot to do with stones in this adventure, these particular two will not be of any help.
Wow. All right. Understood. I really like that swamp.
Me
the
too.
gnarled trees form a kind of natural entrance to the darker swamp beyond. The meadow becomes rather sickly and ominous in this area. The faint odor of something unpleasant wafts from the eastern clearing.
Hmm. Did we die after we went to the house with the picket fence? Or were we cool?
No, that was saved. That was saved.
Okay.
One of the pickets has fallen loose from the rickety fence.
The
fallen picket feels reasonably sturdy and is pointed at one end. Believing that you may find a use for it, you retrieve it and carry it with you.
Maybe that's
like a
what
sword.
I can use. Yeah, like a sword.
Shitty. Oh, you think we can use that to get under the door?
That's what I'm thinking.
Ooh, good idea. Like that. Can we go right here?
Yeah, let's see.
There's another hole in the tree we should check out there. And another hole in that log. We have to look at all the holes and things.
Trees shade your way as you journey. It would be fun to climb.
Okay, I guess not that one. Just seems like every time there's a hole in a tree, there's some shit in it.
There's a log nearby.
Yeah.
You peer into the log, but see nothing of interest.
Yeah.
You have run into an evil enchanter.
Oh no.
Get out of here fast before he turns you into something.
Oh, run.
Actually, I just saved. I want to see what happens.
He turned us into a cat.
What an enchanting encounter. Enjoy the rest of your life as his pet.
What a dickbag, though. You can just get a cat.
Seriously.
Just go get a cat. There are cats everywhere, I bet. This tree looks weird.
It is a natural spring flowing from the rocks. A pool of water collects at the base.
Yes, Syl. Yeah, you're right. There's no thrill in just adopting a cat.
You taste it. Ah, fresh spring water.
Ah.
There's no reason for you to manipulate the small tree in any way.
All right.
A healthy baby tree grows near the spring.
I don't know that furries want to be a cat. Also, not all furries are probably cat furries, although it does feel like it sometimes. Back to town. Can we go right here?
I think I had before. Let's see.
What is... Oh, yeah, that's the church. Can we go right from the church? Sorry.
I think I tried.
Well, okay. Well, then you're a good resource, Syl. Like, would you want to be a fox? Like a fox, like a dang wild animal? Or do you want to be like an anthropomorphic fox and, have the features that you choose to have? Because I get conflicting information from people. Of course, everyone. Whoa, treehouse.
What is this? There's a door built into the trunk of a large tree. It appears to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
You rap on the treehouse door and wait a moment, but get no response.
My name is Graham, and I'm here to say I'd like to come in your house in a major way.
You rap on the treehouse door and wait a moment, but get no response.
Either I'll live with the consequences of this monkey's paw wish. Fair. Is a fox? What's a fox? Is it canine?
Yes,
Feline?
canine.
Neither?
Canine.
Canine.
I always like the description of a fox saying that it is cat software on dog hardware. That's so accurate.
Yeah. It kind of is the Cops Magna. It's fucking king.
Mm-hmm.
What's that stump? Is that anything? Is there a magical amulet inside the stump?
There are many bushes in the area. An old stump juts out of the ground. There is nothing special about it.
Except the tome of spells inside.
Yeah.
But you didn't click on that. No, no, no. Are you fuck?
You have just discovered the gravity of your situation.
Did you like click on it weird?
I guess I clicked on it weird.
Or is Graham just incapable of being careful?
Maybe. We'll find out soon.
Yeah. The deaths in these games are all part of the fun. The fanfare
It
really
did not.
Okay, let's click very carefully. Let's start. Yeah, here we go. Huh? Yeah, here you go, Graham.
There
we
we
can
go.
micromanage this for you. Okay. Great job, Graham. Oh, it looked like one of the ropes on that bridge was out. On the right side. See that? Anything?
At one time, this rope supported the bridge. It now dangles down the side of the chasm, frayed and worn. The old rope is threadbare. It is of no use to you.
Okay.
Seeing as how you may wish to cross that bridge, tampering with the ropes may prove unwise.
Whoa.
Hi.
Incredible. The door you have discovered has taken on the appearance of a face. It is silent, however, and almost seems to be waiting for something. It is a stone face.
Okay.
Do you want to find out if it bites?
Kinda.
Yes.
I am of Daventry. Would you, by any chance, know of the way to a strange island on which stands a quartz tower in which a beautiful woman is being held captive?
You feel more than a little foolish. Surely a door, even one with a face, would neither hear nor understand you.
Hello.
The door of destiny.
Oh shit. So you are.
Sought by many, found by few, and opened by none so far. For indeed, only once can I be opened. Such is the magic that I am. Through me will you find the destiny you seek, if you cannot perform a task.
Anything!
You feel intense exuberance that you have come so close to your goal in such a short time.
You must bring me the gems of nature.
I beg your pardon?
Okay.
The stone door rumbles from deep within. For a time, it says nothing, and then...
Gems of 3 I ask of thee to fetch, collect, and bring to me. In water shall you find the first, though not the type to quench
I'm
your
gonna take a
thirst.
screenshot of this.
Try the second,
Good idea.
high
Move
in
the
the
mouse.
sky. with wings or no, thou still must fly. Through swampy mire, so
Did you get it?
is heard, in lone
Yeah, I know.
dark
Thank you.
castle lies the third.
Mm-hmm.
Should you succeed, my noble king, to your fair maiden I will bring. I warn you though, you should beware, a danger cloaked awaits you there.
Nah, we'll be fine.
Without warning, the stony face falls silent. As you watch, it gradually smooths out to become the mountainside face once more.
Okay, a little Ocarina of Time action.
You notice that within the door, 3 shallow indentations have sunk into the rock's surface. Presumably, the 3 gems of nature must fit here. Now all you have to do is find them. How did that poem go again?
Gems of 3 ask of thee, fetch, collect, and bring to me. Water shall you find the first, though not decipher, quench the first. Spy the second, eye in the sky with wings or no, thou still must fly.
You have just discovered the gravity of your situation.
I'll finish it later, when I'm not dead. We have to talk to him again.
Greetings. I am King Grant.
Oh, I can't skip it either.
Way to a strange
Escape.
island on which stands a quartz tower in which a beautiful woman is
Okay.
being held captive.
You feel more than a little foolish. Surely a door, even one with a face, would neither hear nor
If you
understand
hit
you.
escape.
I am the door
Tried
of
it.
destiny.
It didn't do
I
anything.
am sought out by many, found by few,
What
and
if
known by none so far?
you
For
hit?
indeed, only once can I be opened. Such is the magic that I am.
No, I got
Will
nothing.
you find the
Go find the gems of nature. It falls off cliff.
Anything.
You feel intense exuberance that you have come so close to your goal in such a short time.
You must bring me the gems of nature.
I beg your pardon?
The stone door rumbles from deep within. For a time, it says nothing. And then,
Gems of 3 I ask of thee to fetch, collect, and bring to me. In water shall you find the first, though not the type to quench your thirst. Spy the second high in the sky, with wings or no, thou still must fly. Through swampy mire, so it is heard, in lone dark lies the third. Should you succeed,
no
to
thanks, alright, no
your
thanks,
fair
okay.
maiden I will bring. I warn you though, you should beware. A danger cloaked awaits you there.
Now be careful near the
without warning, the stony face falls silent. As you watch, it gradually smooths out to become the mountainside face once more.
You buttery-footed fuck. I mean, Your Majesty.
Okay.
Okay, well now we have a fucking quest.
Mm-hmm. A king's quest.
Yeah, and now the door is like, ooh.
Yep. Okay, so I can't go over there, and I'm guessing I can't go
This
over
is
here.
Death, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? On the ground.
Ooh.
A
A
letter?
piece of paper has blown here in
Yeah.
the wind.
Give me that.
Gimme.
The paper is torn and dirty. It looks like a flyer of some sort.
Oh, torn and dirty
You smooth
paper.
out the torn and tattered paper and read, "Curios I have, to the town do come. Awaiting I am."
Okay. Are you the shitty merchant from before?
Hmm.
Seems likely.
Bushes abound in the forest.
Bushes abound. Going to town. Bushes abound.
The haystack, or rather whoever or whatever is inside it, is no longer responsive to your inquiries.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. It's been 4 weeks.
It is likely that this haystack was piled here by farmers from the town. Fine. A faded blue... Maybe you should do something to help the occupant first. After all, you don't want to get sneezed on while searching the haystack.
You're right. COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the only reason to help someone.
There.
We don't want to get sneezed on.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings again, merchant.
Yes, many greetings. Need you have now for my wares of great specialty?
What wares do you sell, good merchant?
For yourself, behold them.
You look over the merchant's wares of great specialty and quickly reevaluate them as junk.
You seem to have quite a selection of, well, quite a selection.
A keen eye have you. In an item or two provoke interest, I might?
A daunting task.
Shit.
Rather, by all means.
This I have.
Graham's really giving it to this guy.
I know.
It is a simple shell, intricately fashioned into the shape of a cone. The workmanship is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Fascinating. Where did you find such a thing?
Oh, old it is. From ancient times descends. Valuable, without question. Royal property, former, to be sure.
You consider his story. Then you begin wondering which beach he found it on.
The beach.
Is this yours?
Ah, keen eyes you have. For that, a reward shall you receive.
And that would be?
The pleasure you will have in doing business with me.
Oh, I see. Jokes.
The merchant has a distinct
We're doing jokes now, huh, merchant?
Doing jokes now.
You're not close enough.
Oh,
okay. Just come on, Graham. Walk over there yourself. Sheesh.
A stab in the dark, a stab in the light. Same effect.
Excuse me?
Making sure that no one is watching, you slide the wooden picket under the door and draw out.
I could have totally done that with a sword. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You open the letter and read it. Dear applicant, please find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an It is not meant to be inserted into any...
Oh,
You slide your fingers along the edge of the card, narrowly avoiding a cut.
Okay, well, oh well.
It's fine. We got the card.
Will you accept this?
No.
Why not?
It has not been signed.
Oh god, there's a quill right there. Let's just fucking sign it.
You're kidding, right? Not even Mary Poppins could clean this mess up.
Try using the card on it.
What are you doing?
I was just...
Don't.
Here we go.
What are you doing?
No, okay.
I was just...
Don't.
Let us use your quill. Just kill her.
What are you?
I was just...
Don't.
No one in here. Can we... Oh no, we already...
You cannot be serious. Even if you were so inclined, there are laws against
we're so serious. We're so super serious right now. Okay, so
What?
I was
Don't.
we need to distract her somehow?
I guess so. Alright, Rin, take care.
Alright, Ren.
Hope you have a good one.
Have a great night, and we will see you later.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. She wants to speak to the manager, except she is the manager.
The librarian has no interest in that.
Have an interest in things. You're so uninterested.
This item. You have no desire to stop the clock.
I have some.
Wow, those are some big-ass books.
You're kidding, right?
Are
Not
some
even Mary
big-ass
Poppins.
Okay.
Horse.
This horse must have skipped lunch.
Hi.
The horse doesn't belong to you, Graham. Just leave it be.
Look, it's here for a damn
You
reason,
never speak to a
right?
horse, of course. This horse is only interested in eating those flowers.
Okay.
The horse like a delicious lemon.
This horse is only...
Oh, did the clock in the library still say morning?
A large grandfather clock sits against the wall. It seems to keep
it's
good time.
midday.
The clock indicates that it is midday.
Okay.
I assume that time passes on screen changes.
That would make sense.
Do you remember what the little girl was missing?
She was looking for a basket, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, he could find a lot of use in a book like that.
Sure, there are not many books on how to survive it, although there might be one or two about how to just not do it.
Mm-hmm.
A large brass bell sits atop the church. A beautiful stained glass window depicts a radiant full moon. It is certainly one of the more unique images you have seen on a church. The symbol of the common religion has been affixed to the apex of the church's roof. Your association with it forms part of your duty as a monarch.
What? Whoa, really?
Hmm.
All right. It's like that, huh?
You have come upon a quick little dwarf. Dwarves have a bad reputation for stealing treasure.
Mhm.
Be careful.
Later. Idiot. Okay. I looked up the library card thing.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to wait until she's looking the other way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, like, hey, fair, I guess.
Yeah,
We
like it makes sense.
we weren't thinking about it that way.
No, usually characters in these games just have animation loops. That's it. It's just for fun.
Yep. But
thank you for looking that up.
You're welcome. You know, it's annoying, but I guess it's not as annoying as having to like go find like a rubber chicken to like throw across the room to distract her with. You know, you know what it should have had is something like, you can't do that while the librarian's looking. Maybe you should wait until she's looking the other way.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that I feel like they implemented in other, in like later games. I want to say.
You quickly grab the quill while the librarian isn't looking and sign your name on the blank library card.
Yeah.
You replace the quill before the librarian notices it missing.
We are so sneak.
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
I see.
So, what do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes?
Could you recommend a good book?
There we go.
There.
The librarian has placed the book on the desk for you to read. Thoughtful, isn't she?
Alright.
This book is entitled Way Below Your League, a look at sentient aquatic life. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Alright. Whoa. Wish to explore the sea? Good luck. Thanks. Even the most accomplished swimmers cannot swim very far before they tire or are pulled underwater by the currents. Even with a ship, it's difficult to properly explore beneath the surface without some means of breathing underwater. Truly, only the mer people have ever been known to offer aid in this regard, though the relationship between land dwellers and their marine counterparts, in particular their leader, King Neptune, can appraise an individual quite accurately. Oh, I think I skipped a line. Has been somewhat strained over the years. It's said the mer people can appraise an individual quite accurately. In fact, they seem to possess a natural ability to sense whether a person intends hostility toward them or not. Fortunately for the would-be adventurer to their underwater kingdom, they're peaceful people, not prone to unwarranted acts of violence. Our people's nature is in sharp contrast to that of their neighbors, the Sharkies.
Oh my
who
god.
live in seclusion in the deeper, darker waters of the ocean. Little is known about them except that they are fearsome to behold and do not take kindly to visitors. They're rumored to be excessively xenophobic and hence have avoided contact with most of the outside world. It can be assumed that trespassers into their territory will be dealt with swiftly and harshly.
Sharkies.
Sharkies.
You have nothing else to say at the moment.
Damn.
This book is entitled
Sharkies.
You would not know where to start.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, that is my next lead. So maybe I should wander in the ocean a little bit see if I can come across a mer person or a sharky. Ah, if only I had my trusty whoopee cushion on hand, but alas, I came unprepared.
Don't bother moving.
Maybe next time, maybe next stream I will come with the whoopee cushion. I considered that seriously for a moment, but I cannot stoop so low as to put a fart sound on my soundboard. I can't do that.
There is an enormous...
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Thanks. Quick, Venny, put a whoopee cushion on Jay's seat. This is a damn yoga ball.
Mm-hmm.
This just wouldn't work. Okay. Here we go. Shit. This sucks. We're just in the damn
Doesn't
ocean.
it?
This is terrifying.
Really is.
Wait, what was that?
Ish.
I mean, I feel like we might get eaten by a shark. We had a sound alert for fart $100 because I wouldn't want to, but if somebody wants it enough. Hey, I mean,
yeah,
$100. Why not? Oh.
Not terribly fit, are you? Swimming for too long was a little too much.
I see.
A small rock breaks the surface of the water near the shore.
No, to be fair, that was not a shark.
Mm-mm.
The calm water of the clear blue ocean look.
That's
You have
kind
no
of
need to
inviting, doesn't
carry.
it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should go swim around.
A tall cliff blocks further passage in this
shit.
direction. It stretches down the coast as
That's a
far
good
as
idea.
the eye can see.
That is. I thought it was a good idea, but alas.
Mm-hmm.
How do I find mer people? How do I find sharkies?
Well, I'm guessing that there's probably a way to... Well, maybe we can just like find a mermaid or something. I'm willing to bet that this fucking arch rock is gonna be like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna come here sometime and there's gonna be a mermaid like sunbathing on it. Something like that.
Yeah, that seems really likely.
Yeah. And then we'll use our muscles to, impress her.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be so impressed that she'll just make out with us, and then that'll let us breathe underwater, I bet.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah, that's probably it. Can we go to the right of the cave?
Ooh.
Ooh, more swamp. Seems dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, looping.
It's the same screen. Is this the Lost Swamp? I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for holes in trees.
Mm-hmm.
Is this water also poison?
I'm thinking
it looks
the
a little
dark
different.
water looks foul, and it reeks of something even
Okay.
fouler. You strongly suspect that it may be tainted by poison.
I really like the foreground trees here.
I like everything I see here.
Mm-hmm.
A tree lies half submerged, having long ago succumbed to the poisonous waters of the swamp.
I like that we still have our library card as like the equipable thing.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel like Graham is like looking around, and then he like takes it out of his wallet and just like holds it like a gun for a second. And then he's like, no, and then puts it back.
I like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
Instant
You
death.
feel the poisonous waters.
Instant.
Okay. Can we go right
These
here?
rocks would serve as a good place to sit and rest if you are not so apprehensive about being here.
Perhaps my library card. No, I'll just walk. Okay. I really like the colors they used for this water, though.
Me too. Okay,
I
the
like
screen
more
is
bluish
different.
one. The screen is different.
The dark.
Every time I see this card, I see it's Graham, but for some reason I keep seeing it as Canada.
Canada. Yeah. My name is Canada of Daventry.
Hmm.
Hmm. Can't go, huh?
Mm-mm.
Large, gnarled trees spiral up from the ground. This is a dreary, oppressive swamp. Everything here seems to be growing near foul-smelling water. Very little light manages to filter in through the thick canopy-like leaves from above. You feel your sense of direction waver, and you are no longer certain of your bearings.
Oh no. Are we just lost in the swamp now?
Yeah. This is our lives now. This is how things are.
No. King of the Swamp. Ugh. Swamp Quest 2. Romancing the Stump.
Ooh. Wow. Just doesn't have as much appeal to it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Sick. But yeah, the Bat Cave. It looked like there was a little trail in front of it.
Hmm. No, not up here.
See, yeah, on there.
Yeah.
As you near the cave, the bat symbol above the entrance starts radiating an ominous black glow.
Okay. We're not going in it. It's fine. Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, but we have been here.
yeah.
But it was a path,
lies
though.
on the ground, apparently.
It was a path.
A smattering of rocks lies at the rear of the cave.
Smattering!
This water doesn't look clean enough to drink, and it's not deep enough to dive underneath the surface.
So it's useless.
It's useless water.
Hate this stupid water. I've decided to live among the swans.
I am a swan now.
I am King Swan of Daventry.
I came here looking for my destiny, and I have found it.
Swan Destiny. I like the way you're working. Swan Destiny. Bag it up.
Okay, when is it going to get dark, though?
I wonder. Let's try going to the church.
The door appears to be barred from the inside.
Yeah. Can we go? Oh, no, we already tried that. Never mind. Okay. I like that church, though.
I don't know where you've been finding these screenshots, but could I get one of that?
Oh. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I'll see if I can find one.
The main reason I asked specifically for that instead of me screenshotting it itself, because I like seeing them at base resolution.
Yeah. The place where I get most of the screenshots is for the
You are in
like
a
original
heavily wooded
versions
area
of
the
them.
forest.
Right.
It would be easy to get lost amongst the trees.
I'll try to find
if it wasn't for the path running
this.
north and south of here. Passage to the east and west is blocked by an enclosure of trees. To the north, you can see the entrance to a small town. To the south, the path leads into a stretch of even thicker forest. A sturdy wall helps prevent undesirables from intruding during the night. You suspect Kalima may be somewhat more dangerous after dark.
Well, how do we get it to be dark?
He's like, come on.
Okay, I just had an unintentional hint here.
Mm-hmm.
We could maybe try talking to those skulls outside of the Batcave.
I was considering examining them because I hadn't examined them yet.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
Oh, wait, I've never found this one before.
Oh, shit. Wait,
the
is that...
beautiful blue lake has a clear and pristine quality. It is
the other duck?
It is a baby bird, and not a
It's an
terribly
ugly
pretty
duckling.
one at that.
Catch it.
You should stand in the water if you want to try that.
Let's try it. Go stand in the water. This is how we
You
get
walk
in
into
good with the
position
swans.
And try to catch the baby bird. Though you are quick, the small bird is quicker. It darts along the water out of your reach.
Use the net.
You will not be able to catch it with your bare hands.
Use that net. Oh, come on, use that net. Use the net.
Don't throw that into the lake. Don't throw that.
Shut up. Use it on the bird, narrator.
From the lower bank.
Oh, come on. Yeah, that's a perfect comparison to life. Oh, your life.
Don't throw that into the lake.
Narrator?
You walk into position and try to catch the baby bird.
Walking around without a clue of where to go or what the hell I'm actually doing.
You throw the net over the pond, and the baby bird is caught unharmed.
Well, Max, have you considered getting a tiny net?
That really looks like Oz in the background.
This is a pleasant
really
meadow.
Does.
A serene lake soothingly covers most of this area. To the west, you can see the beach. To the east lies Weirwood Forest. This is a pleasant
meadow. It's just you use the ugly duckling. Yeah, for sure get a narrator. We should save since we caught the duck.
Yes.
You know, in case an evil town magician comes up and pulls a rabbit out of our ass, kills us. Wizard of
That would have
Oz
made
would
a
have made a great point.
Ooh.
Is there not one? Has there never been one? It seems
It feels like there really
someone's
should
leaving
be.
money on the table. Yeah, I'll make one.
Seriously.
I'll do it right now. Didn't make a good SNES game. Oh god. What does the Wizard of Oz look like on Super Nintendo? What is that patch of grass with two little yellows in it? Is that just flowers? See to the right.
Ooh, yeah, hold on. Wait, it's glowing.
3 gold coins shimmer in
Fuck
a nearby
yeah,
patch of
money.
grass.
Speaking of land,
It's
leaving
going
money
to
on the
be
table.
a trap.
It might be a trap. I thought they were like dandelions. For the 8 times we went on this screen.
Yeah, I did too. Outside glow. Yep.
Oh no, you've been caught in a
Bitch.
trap. Whoever said it will probably return soon.
Wait. What is the other thing we dropped? Oh, you dickhole.
Ah, marvelous. What a catch.
No. Wait, you're gonna kill us?
I feel like a bit of target practice.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Holy shit!
Wait.
There are safer ways
Wow.
to trigger a trap, or didn't you notice it?
We didn't even know there were coins. Shut up. Of course we didn't notice it.
You notice a thick rope dangling loosely against the trunk of the tree. Upon closer inspection, you see that the rope actually runs away from the tree and into the thick grass on the forest floor. This is obviously a trap.
A trap.
A trap.
We know it's a
That
trap.
will not
Yeah.
work with the gold coins. That will
Trigger
not
the
wo-
trap with the lemon. Can we just cut it with the sword, maybe?
Don't walk right over the. Okay.
Okay.
What was that sound?
As you pick up the gold coins, they suddenly turn dark. Now they resemble ordinary metal.
Oh.
Wait a minute. This isn't gold. It's fool's gold.
God damn it. Been fooled.
Fooled again.
Fooled again. Well, we have some stuff now.
Mhm.
I bet I know what we can do with that. Oh, I totally know what we can do with that.
Oh, what's that?
Okay. All right. Come with me on this, but we could throw it into the fountain to make a wish. And that guy, the merchant guy, will go fish it out because that's what he was doing. He'll go
Ooh,
steal our
right.
wish. And then we'll steal his pumpkin.
Yeah. It seems right. I like that.
I like it when adventure games make sense. Because so
Me
often they
too.
don't.
Seriously.
Hi, little Red Riding Hood. Hello, Skull. Hello, Batman.
It is
Ah!
a human skull with a radiant blue stone wedged into
Hands.
its eye socket.
Sorry.
Wait, can we have that stone? Is that the stone we need?
Maybe.
As you have no desire to risk certain death by venturing into the cave, you have no reason to manipulate anything in or around it.
Fair.
And
He's
we
way
talk.
past talking these days.
Okay. I saw
He's
the
way-
portrait in a screenshot and I was like, oh, we can talk to the
Yeah.
skull? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
It is a
Huh.
human skull with large eye sockets.
Can we manipulate anything in that? Like,
It
can
is a
we
human skull with a
do
radiant
anything
blue
here?
stone wedged into its eye socket.
No.
Like in that
Can you-
screen? No.
Yeah. Okay. Can you click accurately enough to just get the eye socket?
As you have no desire to risk certain death by venturing into the...
Okay.
As you have...
Hey, wait. We just saved, right?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
The bat sign isn't glowing. If you get closer,
Unless
does
you
it
are
glow?
mistaken, the symbol above the cave entrance bears a striking similarity to a bat. A shiver runs down your spine as you look at it. It's almost as if some dark force were radiating from it.
Now it's glowing.
Okay. I was figuring if it didn't glow, then we should try to go in.
You saw
In
black
there.
glow. You did not...
Yeah. Black glow did not slow. Understood. I found
That's an interesting
this.
idea. Let me try like the
Oh.
That has no effect on the skull.
What about the other one?
That has no effect.
Oh, okay.
It was a good
What
idea,
else do we
though.
have? Yeah. Put the duckling in there.
That has no. That. That has. That.
Okay.
I got a screenshot of the trailer. It's pretty low res though, but like understandable, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like up to the resolution of the other ones. Oh no, it says it's 720 by 480. I don't know.
Oh, that's
It'll be alright.
yeah, definitely bigger than the base resolution here. Base resolution here looks like it's probably 320 by 240.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I think. Okay, never mind. Hang on. Gave you a bum image. Let's try this one.
Hey, Wiggly Juggins, how's it going?
There it is. Hey, Wiggly
Thanks.
Juggins. Hell yeah. Love King's Quest. Let us give the ugly bird back to the pretty birds.
You
Take
should
this.
step out of the water first.
Why?
Okay.
How you doing, Wiggly Juggins?
You release the little bird into the pond.
Give us stuff. It turned white.
And dropped a feather. Gimme.
Did we need a feather?
You pick up the white feather and put it carefully away.
Hell yeah.
Carefully. Just painting? Can't figure out skin?
Figure out skin. Tell me about it. Oh, we already signed our library card.
Yeah, we used the quill in the library.
Yeah.
When she wasn't looking.
And now it says King Canada. My name is King Canada.
But, yeah, getting the skin tones right can be a little tough.
You
Getting any color right can be tough.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But, like...
Struggle with that so much.
Like, I'm always extra careful when I'm painting skin, especially with my style, because I will typically have my painted areas kind of rough, but I don't want that roughness on the skin, so it takes an extra bit of care. At the same time, I don't want it too smooth to where it looks like blurred and very digital, so it's tough.
It is.
Yeah, trying to capture that
Art?
translucency.
Hard.
Yeah, art is hard.
I just don't, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't capture it.
Yeah, like
that's my approach.
I mostly go for simpler, kind of cartoony style.
Do the coins.
Oh yeah, the coins. Why am I going to the library? I wasn't thinking.
To sign your card again.
A large grandfather clock.
Still midday.
I wonder if it's like based on things you've successfully done.
That could be it.
The fool's gold again shines the instant the coins leave your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Grab that pumpkin.
You can't just pick it up.
Let's just walk away. Can we tell them there's gold in there?
3 coins in the fountain.
What? Let me see.
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And I am out of here.
Bye. Enjoy your fake coins, you dick. Nice work.
Good thinking.
Thank you. If somebody ever walked up to me and said, hey, there's 3 coins in that fountain over there, I think I would really take a long, hard look at my life and my whole look and appearance and be like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing that I appear so hard up that people are like, excuse me, there's 75 cents over there.
Yeah. That emote is perfect for 3 coins.
3 coins.
I think the pumpkins were farther north. There they are.
There they are. Pumpkin time.
My baby!
Oh, God.
Thank you,
Graham.
Thank you, Graham. Here, take
Canada.
Graham.
Maybe this useless trinket of hair of this will be
King
of some use to you.
Canada.
Serves you right for not enabling me to protect my kids.
The pumpkin hands you a gold brooch with a beautiful blue sapphire.
Whoa.
The color of the brooch clashes with your outfit. Better leave it off.
Yeah, we don't want to. So, okay.
My baby.
Okay. My baby. Okay, so this is probably either a gem that we pry out of the brooch, or maybe it corresponds with the blue thing in the skeleton eye, like a key, so we don't get stuck.
Nothing happened. You have no reason to remove the crystal from your sword.
Whoa, wait.
Nothing happens.
I didn't know that that was a thing we could do.
I know,
or
right?
had.
This is the sword of the first king of... The brooch has an enormous sapphire encircled by 2 rows of glittering diamonds. The diamond and sapphire earrings are very delicate. Each earring has a large sapphire surrounded by glittering diamonds.
We are going to look so
You
fabulous.
feel the weight.
Well, we
You
finally
feel the
put all
weight
this
of your
jewelry
ancient
on.
weapon. It's amazingly light and cool to the touch. It may be just your imagination, but you think you can feel something radiating from it, like the presence of the many kings who have held it throughout the long centuries before you.
Damn.
It's as sharp as a stake on one end.
Could we like use that sword to like
Nothing.
kill the dwarf? You know? Like if the dwarf comes?
Nothing. Nothing. It is a simple clay bowl.
Oh, okay. That's what the pumpkin was in.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, wait, use the mallet on the
Yeah, let's
amulet.
try it.
That
brooch,
doesn't need
brooch,
flattening.
The brooch. Flattening?
That does. A
Wait.
squashed lemon would be just another useless thing to carry around.
Okay,
You
but you
would
didn't
not
say
want
that
to
doesn't
smack-
need flattening.
Okay.
Whoa, we have a
So-
hammer and a stake. We're gonna kill
Time
a
to fight
vampire.
Dracula.
Seriously.
Okay. All right. So I have one idea.
Okay, what's your idea?
Remember that young tree that was suspiciously drawn?
Yes.
I'm wondering if I can put water in this bowl and then water the tree.
Ooh, okay. Cool church.
I know, I love that background.
Welcome to Cool Church. What every church says they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, let's just get this bowl. Okay,
You fill the
good
bowl
sign.
with the fresh spring water.
Hell yes.
You can't.
Oh.
You
Okay, well,
you.
At least I do have some water.
The bowl is now filled with the freshest water you could find. Imagine if you bottled and sold this.
Can you put the lemon in the bowl?
Brandishing your sword might make you appear an accomplished.
Yeah, let's see.
Life gives you lemons, make lemon
After
bowls.
using your sword to cut the lemon surface, you squeeze some of its juice into the bowl. Then you discard the lemon.
Whoa.
This item. The bowl is now filled with lemon-scented water.
Okay. I feel like this is building up to be a great prank on someone.
I know, right?
A healthy baby tree grows near the spring.
Maybe it's just a tree.
Maybe. It's just
I don't know
really highlighted.
Why either. It really
Yeah, I
is.
don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it'll like turn into a dryad or something.
Maybe.
Or maybe we'll come back. Maybe there's a time skip. We'll come back and it'll be like a big tree. When's the last time we saved? We should save. We made lemon water.
Okay, gotta save the lemon water. The secret big bad.
Wait, try to take another lemon.
The lemons on the ground.
Like
you won't be needing another lemon.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
In King's Quest 6, I remember there were these white roses, and you take one, and then like you use it, and then I always thought it was really weird because these games aren't usually like that, but you have to take another one. And it was just such a strange thing that you needed two of the same item. Wow.
The undercurrent
Wait.
you under and drags you
Why'd
far
that kill
out to
us?
sea. You have a quiet funeral, attended by all your new carnivorous friends.
Shit. Okay. That'll teach us.
Yeah.
You have come upon a quick.
No,
I don't
fuck
care.
off. We're
I'm
already
gone.
Oh, did you want to try the getting past the trap in the cave now?
Yeah.
Or we could talk. Oh, look how happy the pumpkin is.
So happy.
Okay.
That has no effect on the skull. That has no effect.
I wonder if just having it.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Okay, all right. No, never mind. Sorry.
You saw black glow. You did not slow.
Can we look at the skull again? Maybe it'll.
It is a human skull with a radiant blue stone wedged into its eye socket.
Hey. We definitely can't wear the brooch.
Enormous sapphire
Hmm.
Nothing. You have no reason to remove the crystal from your sword.
Still a weird thing to say. Okay.
That has...
Okay.
Wait, what about the hammer?
You have
Back.
no reason to shatter this skull.
Are you sure?
Smashing this skull would be pointless. You decide to rethink your course of action.
Okay. How
That
about
has no-
lemon water?
You can't eat.
Okay. Ah, tiny net.
That has no... That
Okay.
Frank
Yeah,
Diaz skulls.
Let's put the skull's hand in this warm lemon water, and then when it goes to sleep, it'll pee itself.
Skeleton
Gotcha.
pea.
Skeleton pea.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Can we go into the other building in town now? Let's talk to this girl again, since we're here.
Yeah.
Repressing the urge to burst into song.
Oh, shut up. Just talk to the girl.
Hello, who are you?
My name is
Wait.
Graham. What is
Did
yours?
we die after we talked to her?
Possum.
Did we?
That is what my grandma calls me.
Well, that's
She
what
is
my
not
grandma
around these
calls me.
days. I was
Why is
She's
that?
got some strong Smeagol's vibes.
I looked
Yes,
everywhere for
my
it. It must be around here
precious,
somewhere.
I will keep my eye out.
precious
for it.
flowers.
Thank you, Graham.
Grim. Grim. Can we talk to her again?
Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
I was wondering,
Graham.
could you tell me anything about this land?
You mean Kalima? There is a town to the northeast, and a church not far south of that. Grandma and I live in a house near the beach. You
Grim.
should not enter the swamp to the north. It is said to be influenced by magic. Many have easily lost their way in there, and finding your way out again is...
Thank you, Possum.
Pump this girl for
Is
every
there any
bit of
way at all through
information
this
she has.
swamp?
I do not know, but I did see someone walking out of there not long ago. He was writing something in a book as he walked.
Who was that?
A monk from the church.
You mentioned that your grandma is not well. What ails her?
I'm not sure, but I think it gives her sad dreams. While she sleeps, sometimes she talks out loud. Sometimes I listen to her. No, do not leave me, she says. At first, I thought she was speaking to me. I would go over to her, but she would not notice me. Then I realized it was a dream. I think she misses the person she talks to in her sleep. And then there's the scary dreams.
Scary.
She
Scary.
will
Lots
be
of the
ticklish,
scary
but you won't get
dreams.
much more from her than a giggle.
Oops.
Oh. Wait, Possum.
I'm back here.
Get back over here.
Excuse me, Possum?
Yes, Graham.
You mentioned that your grandma had scary dreams. What are these dreams about?
Tell me of your grandma's scary dreams.
Bats.
Yes, in her sleep, she screams with fright, as if a bat is chasing her, or she's being hurt by one. Then
Bat.
she'll say something like, "Blue light is the bat's true bane," over and over.
Blue light? What does she mean?
I have asked her this, but she just shakes her head and will not speak of it.
Thank you, Possum. I wish your grandma a swift recovery.
Thank you, Graham. I will speak of you to her.
Ooh.
You have
Yeah.
nothing more to say to Possum.
Oh, shit. Okay. What if we just want to say hi? All right, here,
The
have some
little
lemon.
girl is not interested in that.
So, okay. Here's what I'm thinking.
Doing that may certainly land you into a lot of trouble.
I was curious what it would say.
Oh, you know what I'm curious about? Can we walk up this hill to the left?
Let's see.
Get out of here, possum. Okay, so here's how I see this playing out. Okay, I guess not. We find the basket somewhere. We give it to Possum. Possum says, "Oh, thank you, Graham." And then she goes back, says, "Oh, grandmother, I met the most buff and magical king. He gave me a basket." And then her grandmother's like, "Oh, good thing I'm a great witch," or whatever. And then her grandma helps us.
Yeah.
That's what I think happened.
Offering a bowl of lemon water after each conversation.
You have run
watch out! Evil Enchanter! Goodbye, Evil Enchanter.
Not today.
He's like, "Oh, damn it. Hello, I know talking to me must be exhausting on your tender throat. Here, might I offer you a bowl of lemon water?"
The sturdy construction.
Just a whole bowl.
You attempt to open the door and find it is locked. You think you can hear the sound of labored breathing inside.
Let's check the mailbox again, just to make sure, since it didn't save us talking to Possum before. I just want to make sure.
You open the mailbox. Inside there is, incredibly, a letter.
Okay. I didn't know if we, needed to see this.
You replace the card and...
Okay. Well, now we have it, so.
Yep.
Even if we had it before. Basket? Where would we find a basket?
I don't know. She said she just dropped it, so it could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere. I wonder if we wouldn't have seen it because we hadn't talked to her yet. Pumpkins, have you seen Basket?
Yes, yeah, let me talk to him. There's a small possibility that it wouldn't appear, but typically I think you would be able to get it beforehand. I mean, I've got lemon water and I have no idea what to do with it.
It's true.
Is there anything more I can do for you?
Lemon water!
My baby is feeling a bit poorly. After all, living in a bowl ain't too good for your health, you know.
No, I did not know that. What would make the baby feel better?
I did not know.
Naturally.
Of course.
Not too sweet, though. In fact, the more bitter, the better. My children are very particular about what they drink.
I will see what I can do.
I do happen to have this bowl of lemon water.
I've got just the thing for you.
Well, let me just dump it on your head.
Pour the bitter water over the baby pumpkin. It seems to like that.
Okay. Good job, Graham.
Thank you again, Graham. Here, take this.
Oh,
The
what you
pumpkin
got?
reaches into her head and pulls out a
Candle.
which she then hands to you.
Okay. Thank you.
That thing has been jammed in my head for as long as I can remember. I know it ain't much, but maybe you'll find some use for it.
Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Thanks.
Besides, it's really hard for me to sleep with that thing lit up inside my head all night.
I bet. Carry a spare bowl of lemon water. It's definitely not pee. Don't even get it twisted. It is definitely lemon water.
The candle is unlit.
I see. What do we need a candle for?
Maybe in church.
Oh, maybe in church.
Whenever the sun goes down, God. You have to wait like a real 8 hours?
Maybe. For a game whose playtime is 4 hours, that would be weird. Yeah, Pumpkins loves golden showers.
Apparently so.
Hmm. How'd you enjoy your coins, idiot?
If I were to, say, purchase the shell, what would it cost?
A trifle would you expend 7 golds.
I fear that I did not bring any money.
Why didn't you
Curiosity
bring
I
any
find
money?
in one who travels but with nothing to barter brings.
Good point.
Yeah. You're fucking king. Here, have a pearl.
You have no reason.
Alright, here, have a necklace.
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
Why? What is gold and a sapphire and diamonds? What's wrong with you?
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you, but no.
I hate you. Give him the feather. Oh, a feather! I will give you 7 gold.
Thanking you, but no.
Okay.
Good merchant.
Thanking you.
Alright.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Alright. Can we go in that building though? Now that it's midday, the one with the A on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
The door is locked. A sign next to it reads, "Open
It's
from noon
midday.
till sunset." The sun's position in the
What
sky indicates
is
it is currently
midday?
midday.
Midday.
How? Okay. How does time advance?
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Maybe you should do the haystack, or rather,
Quest 2. Romancing the Stone.
crystal clear water sparkles in the fountain. A few valueless pennies lie at the bottom that the merchant didn't bother taking.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking it was probably screen changes, but it feels like it's been midday for a very long time.
It's been midday for a while, so I'm wondering if it's
like story
if it
advancement,
is-
like quest
yeah.
exchanges, and yeah.
Beep, 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 beep. Hmm. Okay. Okay.
The door is plain and has a mail slot. It also has a sign posted on it. You read it.
If there's anything in the library, I can still do.
Presumably, these pull-out drawers contain an index card system for locating books. Perhaps you should leave locating books to the librarian. You have nothing. The librarian has placed the book on the desk. A large grandfather clock sits.
Angelina's
Antiques.
Wait, what are we looking at? What are we looking through?
It's a sign in town.
Oh, that's what's through the door.
You have entered the town of Kalima. What a charming place. 2 buildings in particular catch your attention.
I'm beginning to think that it is plot based.
Yeah.
Because
that would make sense.
Nobody is saying anything about how time advances. So I'm assuming it's not important because of that.
Yeah.
It's a really cool church.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, lemon is bitter.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, basket.
Yeah, like it's sour, but I think bitter is an accurate description too.
Yeah, it is also bitter.
You take the basket.
So it really didn't appear until after talking to her.
Maybe this evil enchanter had something to do with it. It is harpsichord. His evil harpsichord.
It's under this house.
Oh no. Hope she's okay.
Yeah, it's not where you should leave the child.
No.
You are over here, right? No?
I think she's to the left of the house.
Maybe. Mermaid!
Mermaid! Hi!
A mermaid basks on a nearby rock. Her long,
not the rock I thought she'd be on.
Over most of her upper body. The green scales on her lower body sparkle as she basks in the sun. You say a few words to the mermaid. It quickly becomes apparent to you that she cannot understand your strange speech, let alone speak it.
Take your shirt off. Take your shirt off.
That's...
A year on, and you still look pretty darn good.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Oh no, you have startled the mermaid.
Shit.
Maybe
we need... okay, what could we do to not startle her next
You take
time?
the basket.
What does a mermaid want? Maybe music? We could like play a musical instrument. Add her. We could add her on Twitter.
Yeah, I could see music working. Okay, let's save.
Okay. Hit her with the hammer.
The mermaid eyes the valuable for a moment, but does not appear overly interested in it.
Earrings. Huh?
The mermaid eyes the...
Come on. Oh god, not the net. She probably deals with that a lot.
By your offering. It's likely she's seen a great many pearls where she's from.
Okay, that's a fair point. I'm sorry. No.
If your aim is to frighten her, you're going the right way about it.
Yeah, we want this mermaid to be terrified.
If she wanted a picket, she would have swum up to the shore and retrieved one herself.
Okay, it's not, the water's not that, right? Okay.
Yes, she would make a good catch.
Ooh. Give her a library
she
card.
Wouldn't let you close enough to tickle her.
Is that what this feather's for? For tickling people?
Maybe.
There's not much need for a candle under the sea.
Also fair.
This item...
It is 2 o'clock.
It is...
Medicine time.
The mermaid looks at your offering distastefully. She is not interested in it.
It's the gift of knowledge. Come on.
If your aim is to frighten... The mermaid looks at your offering.
Okay.
Well, guess we... Can we speak to her? Can we try that?
Yeah, she didn't understand.
You say a few words to
Ah,
her.
right. Okay. Well,
all
right, man. I guess we just don't have what we need yet.
Guess not. At least we know where she
Keep
is
doing
now.
your thing, lady. Yeah. Where's this fucking kid?
Right?
Check under the house where I left her for safety.
Repress. You can't...
I love these big fat trees. There she is. Hey, take this basket.
Come over here.
Come over here where we talk. Come on.
You hand the basket to Possum.
Thank you, kind sir. Please take this flower. I'm afraid it's all I have to give you.
It is more than enough. I noticed that you have picked only yellow flowers.
Of course. Is it not customary for one to pick yellow flowers for another who's gravely ill?
Certainly it is. I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, Possum.
Patronizing.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Sure it is.
It is.
Sure.
I wonder if mermaid wants a flower.
Well, she didn't want a whole fucking basket of them. Yellow is the color of lemons. Possum loves lemons. Possum loves lemons. Every gram. I'm so emboldened by your lemons. Your lemony goodness. That's Possum. That's what she sounds like.
You attempt to open the door, but find it is...
Oh, God. Possum, get us an in with your grandmother. Get our foot in the door.
Seriously.
You want a flower?
You offer
Here,
the
have a
yellow
flower.
flower to the mermaid, but she shakes her head. Apparently, she either doesn't like flowers, yellow is not her color, or she already has a bow. Never mind. You prefer women with legs.
Damn.
Wow.
Give me a basket of lemon water. Yes, I require it. What if we let's check the pier real quick. I don't know if anything new's happened.
Yeah.
It could be a thing. Yeah. It is I, Possum. I'm on the pier. Hmm. We use the mallet on these boxes.
Let's see.
Maybe do a little smash and grab.
There is no reason to use
Okay.
There.
All right. Okay.
It was a good idea.
King Party Pooper.
So, what now? We have a candle and a flower.
Okay. What other problems do we need to solve?
Yeah.
We've got the dude in the haystack. We have
Maybe the flowers for him. She said something about flowers for people who are ill. Yellow flowers.
That's true. Guess we could give him a flower.
Let's try it.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Hello, I picked you this flower because you're violently ill.
If it isn't, I'm going to restore a game so I don't have to walk through this road again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's no need to.
Okay. All right.
There's
Bless
no
you.
need to use that there.
Okay.
The door is locked. A sign next to it reads, "Open from the sun's position."
Oh, the mermaid with like a shell. He has a
Yes.
shell.
Yes, the shell comb.
Okay. All right.
So,
7 gold.
7
How do we get
gold.
7? How do we get 7 gold?
Maybe he wants to buy a flower.
Where to gold? Want a flower? You sick?
Good merchant, does this interest you?
Thanking you,
Give
but
it a-
no.
Give it to the horse. Horse want a flower?
This horse is only.
Oh. Well, that is a flower.
And he's
So-
picky about his flowers, though.
It's near
It's
golden
near a
brown,
gold
true.
color. Okay.
Maybe if we go check toward where the stone face guy is. I don't know, maybe something else is there now.
Yeah, let's see. Let's not fall off the bridge again.
I love that cliff in the background with the trees on it.
Yeah.
And
The door of destiny.
Appears to be nothing.
The door of destiny has nothing more to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Talk door, we used a hammer on you.
You can't.
Hmm. 7 gold. 7 gold. What about the...
You have run
Lord.
into an evil
Get outta
enchanter.
here.
Get out of here fast before he turns you into something.
What about the treehouse? Well, maybe we go back there. Maybe we have something. I don't know.
Yeah, even though I feel like that's probably going to open at night too.
I mean, yeah, probably. Might be too far.
I don't remember exactly where it is.
Me either. Oh, that's not it. That's pumpkin time.
Mm-hmm.
You pumpkins need anything else? Shit.
It is.
Huh.
You rap on the treehouse door and wait a moment, but get no response.
My name is Graham, and I'm
It
still
isn't
here.
open to your ideas. It isn't open, period.
Okay. Okay.
You have come upon a quick...
Oh, fuck off. Get out of here. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to consult a guide.
Good.
Feel like we're
It gets
fairly...
time.
Yeah.
Many flowers beautify this area.
Talk to the man 4 times. Give him the paper and the pearl.
And
I guess he wants the pearl.
He told me he wasn't interested.
Let's try talking to him more.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I haven't done anything else. Let's... Okay, saved after I crossed the bridge. Or before. But I'm closer.
I always hated that. How the thing comes down when you get to the top of the screen. But you
Yeah.
have to get to the top of the screen. Yeah. Give us the pearl guy. Let's talk to him more. What you got going on?
Might you trade the shell comb for something?
The merchant ponders over this for a moment.
Of value, many things are. Of fancy, only one I have.
And that is?
Is it a pearl?
Pearls.
No shit. So when we tried to sell you the pearl earlier and you were like, no, thank you.
Okay.
Would you be interested in this pearl?
Indeed, I would. In return, the shell I present to you. May you be always groomed well.
The merchant grabs the pearl and tosses the shell comb to you. Then he saunters off. History will decide how greatly you were just swindled.
Oh, what a beauty. This'll be worth a fortune back home.
Oh, yeah.
He's just off.
You have entered the town of Kalima. 2 buildings.
Okay.
Hell yeah. And we got the comb.
Mhm.
Shell. Now we can look extra good. Yeah, he's got like a kind of Jason Statham thing.
Mhm.
And then when he's trying to play the part of the nice merchant, he talks like this.
Yep.
Yep. Which is really just putting forth the well-known stereotype that Indian folks are merchants and that Jason Statham is unsavory. And I don't
Mhm.
appreciate either of those.
Mm-mm.
I ever tell you that Jason Statham and I used to date?
No, never heard.
Not that Jason Statham, though.
Oh, different Jason Statham.
Yeah. Still cool, though.
Yeah,
Hold out
totally.
a shell comb in your hand.
Yeah.
Clear recognition shines from the mermaid's delicate features. She hesitates a moment, then cautiously extends her arm, hands open expectantly.
Give me, please. Like, no, not you too. Give it to me. King
You
Graham.
gently place the shell comb in her palm.
Thank you. Oh.
The mermaid examines it. She
Hey, thanks
removes
for the
an opal
host.
necklace from around her neck
Thank you
and
for the
hands it to
host,
you.
Wiggly
After a
Juffins.
moment of admiring her once lost possession, she looks at you with anticipation. You attempt to charade the act of going underwater to the mermaid. She regards you with a look of puzzlement. Just when the whole demonstration becomes too embarrassing to continue, she suddenly dives into the sea and swims right up to you.
Oh my.
Yeah?
After giving you a rather intense kiss, the mermaid dives under the water again. You wonder where she has disappeared
Dang.
to. Then suddenly, you feel a pulling at your legs.
That's a little too right.
The mermaid holds on to you, keeping you from resurfacing. You struggle instinctively while trying to hold your breath, but she will not let go. You know you are going to black out soon.
And then you black out. She has killed you.
Wait a minute. You're still breathing. How can this be? Could it have been the mermaid's kiss?
We should
Speaking
save
of which,
immediately.
where has she gone to this time?
Mm-hmm.
In a new slot. Oh. Okay, never mind. I thought this was going to be one of those puzzles. In some Sierra games, there are puzzles that are like follow a character through a dungeon, and it's like really,
Yeah.
you see them like for a second and then they blip off the screen and you have to like
Talking
follow
underwater.
which direction they went.
The seahorse
I thought it
is
was gonna
waiting
be
for you
like
to.
that.
Yeah.
Well, this is a new experience. The seahorse willingly allows you to climb upon its back. You slide into the little saddle and take up the reins in your hands. You just hope this creature knows where it is taking you.
I hope it does. Does not seem much faster than swimming.
After a
No.
time of traveling through ever-deepening water, you arrive at a massive stone archway. Passing through it, you notice it is covered with many different intricate symbols, none of which you recognize. Mer writing, perhaps?
None
As
of which you
emerge on the
recognize,
other
and
side
none
the
of which
arch,
we
a
will show.
grand sight greets your
Yeah.
eyes.
Just in case you recognize them.
You have entered an aquatic throne room. As one would expect, such a place has a throne of sorts, but what you see seated in it takes your breath away, if that still applies. It is unmistakably the ruler of the Mer people, the king of this watery world, known by many names. Neptune is the one by which he is best known to your kind. Neptune's royal guards remind you of your own castle guards, except these are naked from the waist up and have fishtails. You expect that you would get about the same length of conversation out of them, perhaps less.
If they're naked from the waist up, but they have fishtails, that just means they're naked.
They're just naked.
But also they're all wearing armor.
Yeah, also they're not naked.
Like the guards
Hello,
of Castle
King
Daventry,
Graham.
they're the
I'm
strong.
King Triton.
You bow before the king.
Everyone
He
talks
turns
like
the
that.
gesture with a lord of his own head. You open your mouth to speak, but only a bubble emerges. It begins floating up to the surface. You watch as your air bubble divides in two. Incredibly, each half maintains its semi-spherical shape. You take the half bubbles in your hands and position them respectively near your mouth and ear. A deep, elegant voice instantly booms from them.
You are welcome here, human.
Thank you. I am King Graham of Daventry.
Your courtesy depicts your stature. What is it you seek here?
You explain that you are seeking the 3 gems of nature, and that you believe one of them to be somewhere in this realm. You demonstrate the approximate size and shape of the gem, then mention the Door of Destiny and what you hope to find on the other side.
I do
Trolling
know
for
that
booty.
you are seeking, and know of the Door of Destiny. It is very old. Its origin is known to but a few. What I possess was known to the ancients as the Birth Gem. In the realm of the Mer people, it is called the Water Gem, for without water, life cannot begin.
Might I have this gem, Your Majesty?
I shall let you have the gem, but first I must ask you to earn it by way of performing a service for me.
You are about to say anything, but then remember what you heard the last time you said that word to the stone door. Instead, you just nod and allow Neptune to continue.
My trident, the symbol of my power and the strength of my people, has been stolen.
A faint mumbling can be heard through the ear half of your bubble. This event is obviously of concern to those in attendance.
It is believed that one of our allies and neighbors have taken advantage of the Mer people's kindness, and that their own king now has possession of the trident. If you can reclaim it in the name of the Mer people, I will grant you ownership of the Water Gem. Will you do this, King Graham?
The
No
murmuring
problem.
has stopped. All are awaiting your response.
I would be honored to reclaim your trident, Your Majesty.
My sentries will escort you to the border between our 2 kingdoms. You may continue to use that steed to hasten your journey. It is my best. My sincerest hopes that you do not fall victim to the Sharkies.
Yeah,
As you
me
prepare
too.
yourself for this new quest,
The
a sudden feeling of
Sharkies.
apprehension
How do,
seizes
how do you say that with a
Begin to
straight
say
face?
Sharkies, as in
Sharkies.
sharks.
The Sharky. What an idiot. The damn Sharkies. Get what I mean?
As you depart the underwater kingdom, you see 2 guards waiting to escort you to the Sharkies realm.
Mm-hmm. The Sharkies. If you go right, then you go to the jet skis realm. Sometimes they have dance
The
battles.
sentries
in the
swiftly
streets.
guide you along the bottom of the seabed, descending into much darker, colder water. After keeping pace with them for what seems like an eternity, you notice a forebodingly dark area looming closer and closer. You have arrived at the border of the Sharky's kingdom. This is as far as the sentries will take you. One of the guards salutes you. Then they both head back to the safety of their own waters. You're on your own from here, Graham.
I mean, Graham.
Those guards were sure in a big hurry to get out of here.
How bad could the Sharkies be?
Right.
Like, probably so bad.
Sinewy seaweed wavers in the ocean tide. This kind of plant would not be useful to you. There is no way you could catch a fish with your bare hands. Besides, these fish... You glance at the shark nervously, but it does not seem to be paying you much attention, fortunately.
Okay. Is that a fact?
The shark seems uninterested in you at the moment, and you'd prefer to keep it that way.
Totally. So, we're just gonna go. You be cool.
Why? To the Sharky's fortress. Judging by the looks of things, simply entering and grabbing the trident will not be as easy as you'd hoped. You get the feeling you should not dally here for any length of time.
Yo. Oh, God.
Oh.
Maybe a frontal approach wasn't such a good idea.
Just like that, huh?
Oh. Okay.
Like that, huh?
Debris from a wrecked vessel lies strewn and half buried on the seabed. Seeing no remains of the crew, you wonder if they were eaten before or after they drowned.
No, I'm sure they're fine.
Yeah, they all swam to safety.
Totally. They evacuated. Yep.
You need to get closer.
Ooh, okay, let's get closer.
You need to get closer.
Okay.
You need to
oh my God. Okay. We're doing it. We're so close.
You need to...
What are you talking about? Get so super close, Graham.
Examining the heavily waterlogged remnants of the vessel, you notice an old antique bottle half buried in the sand. With great difficulty, you lean over in your saddle and manage to scoop it up.
Okay.
I thought that was a Sharky.
It is a clear bottle with a cork at the end. Inside, you can see a large piece of cloth, which has been meticulously folded up.
Okay.
You remove the cloth from the bottle. It is a large sheet of cloth.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have the cloth. Good idea. Oh, no.
You saw a Sharky in
I love
the
this
sea. He quickly...
Beautiful harp scale that plays.
Yeah.
Get eaten the damn
I want to
Sharky.
hear what he said.
You saw a Sharky in the sea. He quickly made a meal of thee. If you want your life prolonged, next time don't delay so long.
Oh shit.
I swear this narrator sometimes talks like Xavier Renegade Angel. It's an Adult Swim show. A very strange one.
Oh, wait. He was like a strange being.
He was like
yes?
he was like a shaman with a snake hand and a bird beak.
Yeah,
sounds like
right.
him sometimes. Like the phrasing.
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
This kind of...
Oh, that's a plant? I thought it was a fish. It looked like a little fish. A little eye on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's this?
This underwater realm belongs to the Sharkies. The water drops noticeably in temperature as you progress further into it. There are bound to be sentries on patrol around here, so you remind yourself to be alert. You can't reach the...
They're very scary.
There is nothing of interest. You sluggishly attempt to grab some of the small fish in your palm. However, they easily evade you by zipping around your hand and through your fingers.
Do we still have that net?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, we still have the net.
You can't
Come
use
here, fish.
that with a luminescent
Why
fish.
not? What?
You can't use...
Okay. What about the bottle?
Aha.
Yeah.
You place the empty bottle on the seabed close to the luminescent fish.
They just swim inside. I guess. What if nothing happened?
The fish don't seem interested in an empty bottle.
Oh no.
I was joking. It was a joke. Okay.
You can't use these.
Okay.
Okay, let me grab the bottle again.
You take the bottle.
It was a joke.
You need to get closer.
I thought maybe we'd do jokes.
Mm-hmm.
You lean over and pick some of the grass, which grows in between the rocks. You stuff the sugary grass into the empty bottle and push it all the way to the bottom. You place the baited... A few of the glowing fish are now swimming around inside the bottle. You take the bottle.
Light bottle.
It is a clear bottle. Inside you see some glowing fish. They're bright and pretty. They're also pretty bright.
Okay.
Hi. Bye.
Bye. See ya.
This is not the part of the game to be at, but I'm really sleepy.
No.
This is the main...
But we can just save it and pick it up later.
I think we should.
Yeah, this sounds like a good idea. It's a good time for it.
Yeah, I think
a
so.
new slot though. Wait, just
Good idea.
because we're just
Good
near,
idea.
we're near some sharkies, and you know,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you know how sharkies do.
I do.
Graham, you're underwater.
Okay.
Okay, that was fun. You know, we got off to a little bit of a bad start with the whole Batman thing.
Yeah, that was a
but
little
I feel
strange,
like,
but
I feel like it picked up after that.
yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. And I'm
Good. Me too.
glad you guys enjoyed it too. Cool Beans 1987.
Yo. Cool
Thank
beans,
you
thanks
for the follow. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope you all have a very good night or day or whatever time it is for you. And I'll be back soon. And when I'm back, I'll be here. I didn't have anything
Thank
better.
you. Yes.
Sorry.
No, you will be. It's okay. It's all right. I'll be here too, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.